What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. And today we have a few hours in the evening after work. We're here on a little lake, a little local lake, as Kyle Welcher would say. We're just gonna come out here and have a little bit of fun, and you never know, we might stumble upon a big one. This lake's not known for them, but we're gonna go out here and have some fun. Little old guy. I'm throwing a wacky rig, so I don't expect to catch a real big one. A little bit better fish. It's actually close to a keeper out here. It's probably 13 inches. He bit it while I was reeling it in. That's a good one. Oh man, I hope you guys saw that. That was the big one of the day. Look at there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Didn't even get the hook. That was a 3.5 to 4 pounder. That was a freaking big one, guys. But here to have fun. That was the big bite of the day. That's like I said, this lake's not known for very many big ones. So when you get a 3+ pound bite like that, it's it kind of hurts whenever if you're in a tournament on this lake. There he is again. That's it. Oh my God. I don't know if that's the same fish, to be honest with you. I think the other one was a little bit bigger. God. That's a pretty solid fish. It's 2.5. He's a little, really skinny, but that's a 2.5 pounder. If it was fat, it'd be pushing 3. Fun, dude, fun. One of the reasons why I love this lake is there's so many fish in here. It's another little one. Kind of got a little dry there for a second. I think I know what I need to do, and it has to pertain with, why are these fish they're so lively? Just a little 8-incher there, 9-incher. I think I know what I need to do, because I lost that big one, and I lost another small one, 10-incher or so. I think I need to change colors. The water clarity seems right for what I need to do with this color, with just straight up green pumpkin, but I'm going to add something with a little bit of a different flavor for them, if you want to say so myself. I'm going to get something out with like a little bit of red in it and see if that will get me more bites. If not, I'll just switch back to green pumpkin. And but that's something that you guys can take from this video, is if you're not getting them hooked as good, or if you're getting bites they're not holding on to it, change colors just slightly. Always just go in like really small adjustment. Alright, I don't know if it had much to do with it, but I switched over to a max scent. don't know how much it had to do with it, but I switched over to a Berkeley Max Scent Creature Hog and caught a little bit better quality than I have been catching, other than that those 2 big ones I lost. But he bit it and he actually swam out with it instead of just playing with it, it seemed like. So there could be something to that. You know, the only downfall with this PowerBait Max Scent is it smells like a high school locker room's wet, dirty laundry. Like their wet, dirty socks from football practice. Stuff stinks, but there's times where it just flat out catches them. I'm gonna go home and my wife's gonna think I've been cheating on her if she smells that freaking PowerBait. All right, fellas. That spot was actually pretty good. Caught several fish there, lost a big one. I think it was over 3 for sure. I didn't get a super good look at it. I hope it was on the camera. I know it was over 3, but I don't think it was quite over 4. It was a lot longer than that second one I caught, or the one I caught after it, that bigger one, the 2.5, 2.25 one. The only problem was that one was super skinny, which makes me think that the other one I caught was real skinny because they just came off bed. And some of them are still going on bed, but the water temperature is 73 now. We finally have had some really warm weather, so I feel like they're going to start progressing along a lot further. Hopefully here, and literally it could be next weekend, this coming weekend, they could be out deep, so that'll be really fun. That's a big one. That one's over 3. That's about the same size I lost over there, I believe. Gosh, I know what he's been eating on. He's been eating on shad. He stinks. That's a good one, boys. Healthy. Now, I do know one thing there. That fish actually had it for a longer time. Let me get us on spot lock here. That fish actually had it a lot longer than I thought. I flipped in there and I felt something. I wasn't for sure if it was, I was like hanging on a rock or whatever. And then it, like my rod was way too high. I need to start doing better about that, but my rod was way too high and I felt it bite. You can probably see my bite in, if you watch the clip. That fish held on to it so long, and it was probably only like 2 seconds or a second and a half, but it felt like it was 8 or 9 seconds to me. He held on to it for so long that I was able to reel down all my slack, go through all that, reel down all my slack, and still catch them. And I think that's because of this PowerBait Creature Hog, this Max Scent. It stinks, but by God, it's catching them right now. Oh, goodness. Have one on the old float worm for a second. Fellas, I think we're going to end it on this one. Sun's starting to set. Getting a little late. I ran out of PowerBait Max Scent, so I had to switch back to the beaver, and the bite slowed down. But I don't know if it was just because of the change of bait or whatever. But caught a bunch of these little guys today. Caught a couple of decent ones. So all in all, fun day. Alright guys, we are here back in the garage, just unhooked the boat and everything. I figured I would go more into depth of the rod and reel and setup and everything I was using. Because I went over it briefly out on the water, but what I'm using is a 7.7 meat stick. It's a 7.7 heavy, fast action tip. It's the Dixie Customs flipping stick, basically. I like this right here. Is actually one of my favorite flipping sticks I've used. It has a very good tip and a lot of backbone, but not so much where it rips the fish's mouth open. I got that paired with a Shimano Corrado 70. This right here is actually in an 8.2 gear ratio, so a whole lot of line can be taken up real fast with this deal right here. 20-pound P line, 1/2 ounce Angler Tungsten combat flipping weight, and right now I have the Beaver on it. That's what I was using originally. I switched over to the PowerBait Max Scent Creature Hog, and I would feel like I was getting more bites on that, and I just ran out of them. I only had like 4 or 5 in that pack, so you know, I think I caught like 11 or 12 fish in the 2 hours I was out there. And I was also using a 4/0 owner jungle hook, which in my opinion is the best flipping hook out there. It's got the best keeper out there, very strong hook and everything. But that is the rod reel line, the whole shebang. That done 90% of the work. I did end up catching, well, I lost one on a floating worm, just a pink bubblegum floating worm from Zoom, and I was throwing that on 10-pound mono, just to help keep it up in the water column. I like throwing that on mono instead of braid to fluoro. And lastly, I caught the first fish and probably the smallest fish on a wacky rig Senko. So you know, that was to be expected with a wacky rig. You don't catch very many big fish on a wacky rig. But just wanted to show you guys the rod and reel that I use to do most of my damage. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I had a lot of fun this evening. Like I said, it's just 2.5 hours out there. The last 30 to 45 minutes was very slow, but still I had a whole lot of fun. The lake is literally 5 minutes from my house, so it's just not known for very many big fish. I did lose that one big one. I caught a decent one, and I caught that one 3-pounder. And again, you saw how many of those little tiny buck bass I caught, everywhere from 8 to 12 inches. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to smash the like button. Subscribe if you haven't already. Check out all my social media links down below. And until next time, catch 'em big.